Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today this video is going to be about the Black Coral Gardens dive in Curacao. If you haven't watched last week's video on the Playa Lagoon snorkel, please click at the top of the screen. This dive includes many gorgonian corals, many flowy corals, and it involves me diving a wall full of the corals with, actually I saw many lionfish, the most I've ever seen on a dive before. I also saw many interesting creatures that I don't normally see on dives, so make sure you watch the entire video to get a look at them. Now, if you are a resident of Curacao and you're watching this video, please go to the Black Coral Gardens dive site and hunt these lionfish. If you don't already know, lionfish are an invasive species of the Caribbean, and if you don't know what an invasive species is, it's a species from a different region. It's not supposed to be there, and it kind of throws off the entire ecosystem, and they just kill off other species that help the ecosystem keep going and staying alive. Alright, let's get right into the video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It helps me a lot. Welcome to the Black Coral Gardens dive. When we arrived at the dive shop, we noticed that there's a lot of stray cats. Here's a quick view of the dock and the boat. When we finally reached the site, we descended down at about 30 feet deep. We are now heading towards the wall. When we finally reached the wall, I noticed an abundance of coral and lots of green chromis. Seen here is a huge gorgonian coral in the distance. And then I noticed a trumpet fish. This is the first trumpet fish of the dive. Then I saw a unique sponge coral. This is a beautiful first dive with lots of green chromis swimming around. Seen here is fire coral. Fire coral tends to be where the current is high, and they are very pretty, but they'll give you a hurtful sting if you touch them. And then I saw some coral mound formations. This is the first lionfish of many spotted on the dive. I then came across this large fuzzy gorgonian coral. There's then this blue tang school of fish scavenging for food, and a second lionfish spotted. Here's a closer view of the second lionfish. I then saw this huge porcupine fish, and I got a very good video of it. Down in the rocky coral, I spotted a huge bristleworm. I then looked in the crevice of this rock and spotted a sea anemone. I then spotted two more lionfish. This is definitely the most lionfish I've ever seen on a dive before. As I continued on the dive, I noticed a large tube sponge. Here's a quick video of myself on the dive. I then saw another lionfish. I then came across this finger-looking coral. Let me know in the comments below if you know what they are. Here's trumpetfish number 2 of the dive. Here's the second porcupine fish that I noticed on the dive, and a sand diver is actually to the right of it. Here's another large tube sponge. Then I saw this honeycomb cowfish. They use camouflage to avoid predators. Somehow I found more lionfish, number 8 and number 9 of the dive. I then spotted a trumpetfish blending in with a gorgonian coral. I found this very interesting. I then finally saw the last lionfish of the dive. At the end of the dive, I noticed this small brown moray eel. Here's the second sand diver of the day. I then started ascending for the safety stop. That is the end of the dive. If you made it this far, thank you. Please subscribe, please hit a like on the video, and thanks again for watching this video on the Black Coral Gardens dive. Stay tuned for my next video on my Curacao dive at Watamula. Thanks again, and I will see you next video.